What is up, guys? Jay here, today coming with the most amazing radio ever here on the channel, and I mean this in terms of specifications. We are talking about the Dasaita head unit, which is designed specifically for the Toyota Tacoma from 2005 all the way up to 2015 according to their information. In this case, we're going to be installing this on a Toyota Tacoma pre-runner 2010. Now this unit here, guys, comes with amazing specs, including a 10.2 inch QLED panel display. It comes with Android 13. It has built-in DTS, which is kind of like a sound chipset. It comes with Carplay, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of internal storage. And check this out, guys, it comes with a Qualcomm processor. It is the 665, and for a head unit, that's actually quite impressive. I wouldn't be surprised if we can actually do gaming on this device, since it also comes with Bluetooth 5.0. Of course, it supports CarPlay and Android Auto, both wired and wirelessly. And yeah, I am super excited. This thing is going to be amazing, and it is going to a nice high quality vehicle. Now keep in mind that Dasaita also focuses on many other make and models as well. That's why on the description you guys will see the link for their store and also for this particular unit. So it comes as always with a whole bunch of wires, and some more harnesses and wires came out. Sometimes we get some leftovers from these wires. We don't really use them all. And wow, this looks phenomenal, guys. And I can tell you right now that the display is one of those that has all blacked out display, and as you can see, it matches with the bezels, and that's pretty awesome. So we get some buttons here on this area. You get two knobs. It looks like one is for the volume and the other one is for the tuner. This is where we get all the connections. Let's go ahead and wait for that Tacoma truck to come, which is from my wife's uncle, and I'll show you the truck and we go from there. The cool part about these manuals from Dasaita is the fact that it tells you everything that you might need depending on the version of the Toyota that you have. Now in this case, on this Toyota that we're working on, which is actually here, it finally arrived, well, we don't know because it has a aftermarket radio. So anyways, you're gonna get prepared. It came with some pry opening tools of its own, and I'm talking about the Dasaita, but I have a few laying around from other radios. So we're gonna use this, maybe this one, and you will need a 10mm socket with either the ratchet, or in this case I have an electric one. So I am not sure what they have done here, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this vehicle right here. You won't believe it, guys. It has 320,000 miles. Man, I do believe the owner got it almost brand new. They bought it back in 2010, but it had a few miles already. Typically, to start removing these radios, you had to start from the AC controls, but I did notice that this bezel is quite loose, and this has to be a aftermarket bezel. And again, I'm not sure if they installed the original brackets into this unit right here. So let's go ahead, guys, and start popping the AC vents. And for this, you're gonna need that pry opening tool. Just be gentle with it. Okay, for now we are just going to leave it hanging, and we're not going to disconnect anything. But the good news is that I do see that we have the brackets on there. So let me go ahead and remove this bezel. I believe it comes out, and so yep. But that bracket that is on there, guys, it looks to be aftermarket, so I'm going to try to do my best to fit that into the new radio. Of course, we got to grab that 10mm socket that I told you about before, and we had to remove these 4 10mm. This part is easy, and keep them in a place where they're going to be safe. Also, the owner of this vehicle, which is my wife's uncle, he asked me if I can hook up the reverse camera from this mirror, which is right around here. It has like a tiny little display, but I told him that unless, which is very unlikely, that camera has the yellow video wire that typically goes on these aftermarket units. I couldn't do anything, and I was looking at the connection, and it looks like that's a proprietary connection designed only for the rear view mirror. And well, in this case, we can't hook up the reverse camera, unfortunately, guys. And now we're gonna pull this out, and here is the adapter that they used. We are going to try to use this, which is actually great, because if you look at it, it has several different options here for holes, and that maybe we can use that to align it with the new radio, guys. In this case, we have a Phillips screw. Normally on the OEM radio, you're gonna have, I think it's about 4 10mm screws. And this one, the difference is, or the main difference would be that we have a double DIN, and on the aftermarket one, it is a single DIN. Also, I can tell that this adapter, we might have to cut this piece off. Alright guys, so mainly this is held by 4 little clips here on the top and 4 at the bottom. We will need the clips actually. Let's go ahead and take these off right now. You will need these yellow clips for the new bezel. I was able to fit these mounts. I had to cut a little bit towards the front side, even more than those little tabs we saw earlier. I had to cut like another 1/2 inch, and I can only use 1 screw, but this is just to provide support for the backside, and it doesn't really matter if you use 1 or 2 screws. It really doesn't. As a matter of fact, it gives me a little bit of flexibility so that when I enter the radio into the dash, then this can move a little bit and provide that flexibility so that I can get the 4 screws located at the bottom installed. And believe me guys, that 1 screw will hold more than sufficient. This little control module, you can just move the brackets. Now in your case, the brackets should be perfectly fine. They shouldn't be on the way to install this, but since this is all basically custom, mine is a little bit on the way. And as you can see, everything snapped on very nicely. Let's go ahead and put these back at the same position. And now check that out guys, it looks super nice here at the bottom. The little hazard button here works, doesn't get stuck. Everything is made for it, so it looks super clean. And we are pretty much done here with the radio, with the exception that we had to hook up these little clips, and this is it. So now what we're gonna do is hook up the other stuff like the GPS antenna and also the microphone as well. Well guys, I was reading this over and over, and it looks like the harness that we're gonna need is in fact the DYX004 on this model. And so these two, it comes with 3 in total. These 2 are not needed, so I guess that we don't need the CAN bus system on this one. And this one also comes with a CAN bus system. It is a little bit more complex. This one is most likely going to go on a Tacoma from 2012 to 2015, most likely. But again, we didn't need it, so those we can just set aside. And now we are most likely going to be able to use the steering wheel controls. That's going to be this one. So this one is for power. This one is to connect some speakers. And these 2 are not needed. We don't have a electronic antenna or any specialized antenna. So we're just going to connect it directly from the vehicle to the radio. And then this part here goes connected to the radio itself. But I didn't know that the rear view mirror from Toyota was actually OEM stuff, meaning Toyota made it, and I thought it was an aftermarket one where the camera is actually on the tailgate, but I thought it was all aftermarket. So I was just fishing for that yellow wire, the RCA wire that goes into these radios normally, but I couldn't find it. Obviously, it's because it is a OEM product. So things that you will need to prep your radio is going to be this microphone cable, and it gets mounted, I believe, right here. Let's go ahead and check, and actually goes at the bottom right. And we will also be hooking up this USB cable. Somebody went in there already, and there's a USB extension that goes to the glove compartment, so we're going to use that same one. And this one will get connected right here where there's 4 pins. It goes right in there, you can't miss it. And the rest is inside of the vehicle. All right, and here it goes. So we're going to connect the microphone first, as it is the longest wire. The next one we're going to connect here is also the USB cable, just because it is elongated as well. The GPS goes here into this blue one, and I did connect it already, the little antenna that came for the Wi-Fi. Don't forget about that one. It is super important. We already have the USB and we have the microphone connected, and so now we have the FM antenna connection back here as well. Make sure you plug that in. And our next one here is going to be the main harness to the radio, which is the one up here. There we go. And last but not least, we got that little module for the airbag and stuff of that nature, and the hazard lights. And it looks like we are pretty much set here. And now all we have to do is just hide that excess wire, guys. Just make sure that nothing gets pinched. Everything goes in nice and smoothly. You can move the antenna to the side if it's on the way. And so now we have to get the little tabs for the radio all up in there. And I think we got it. Yep, check that out. That looks amazing. Obviously we have to still hook up the 10mm screws, but I was able to use that bracket, and it is quite amazing, because I thought I wasn't going to be able to, because the clips alone are not very secure on there. It's always nice to have it. As a matter of fact, here on the manuals, it is part of the procedure to get those installed. As you can see, it tells you exactly where to install them, and this is how they look like, guys. They're very different to the plastic ones that I was given to work with, but again, I was able to manage it. So all we have to do here is just hook up those 4 10mm, put this back on here, and we should be all set to go. And in case you're curious, this is what our installation for those brackets look like, and that's after being modded. As you can see, everything went very well on there. I just have one simple word to describe this radio. It is simply a beauty, guys. This thing has, like I said at the beginning, a 10.2-inch display. This is a QLED panel with a 720p resolution, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Thanks that we have a Android system on this radio, just like with many other plug-and-play radios that we have seen recently, is the fact that you can always customize it. So it came with this default system already, or theme if you want to call it like that, but you can always customize it. It has millions of things that you can do to it to make it more personal. And well, this is what it came with right now, and as you can tell, it came already with Netflix installed on here. That's one of the things we have. We have Hulu. We also have, I saw around here, we have YouTube as well, which is right here. And something I just want to warn you about is the fact that you have to program the keys. On some vehicles, it comes already pre-programmed, but with this one, you had to go into the learning procedure, and the way you do it is that you click on here, and then you select what you want each button to do. So at first, this is going to be all cleared. You're not going to see any of this. And what you do is you press the button first. So in this case, when I press the volume up, it tells me that this is already the volume up. But in your case, it's going to ask you what you want it to do. So you have several options. You can either choose a quick press, what you want it to do on a quick press, and then what you want it to do on a long press, which is something that I've never seen before. And yes, that's how I got these buttons activated, and even the mode button, okay? And now I can decrease the volume straight from the steering wheel, which is something that the owner couldn't do with the radio, the Pioneer radio that was on here before. And to me, that's quite amazing. Also, we have other apps on here like Sound Recorder. We have the TPMS. This can also be activated if you want to. For right now, it is currently not activated. And this all depends also on the model that you have, and if it's using that little CAN bus system. In this case, this radio with this vehicle is going to be quite limited because we don't have a CAN bus system. As you saw earlier, the harness that came with it is the one without the CAN bus, and for that reason, certain features will not work on this vehicle, such as the AC controls when we turn them on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. you can see they don't show on the display. But if you have a more modern Tacoma, most likely you will see those features on there, guys. Yes, we did get already the CarPlay working, and this is my current CarPlay. Let me show you all the apps. This is what it looks like. This is the more updated CarPlay for these little units, and it is a lot more updated. I like the user interface that now Apple has added into their systems, and as you can see, guys, it looks pretty darn cool. The resolution is absolutely phenomenal. The maps, they look so premium that I think my camera is not being able to really capture what it really looks like in person, guys. This thing looks amazing. It is a major difference to what we had here before. Keep in mind that you can always activate this with a service, and you can have independent internet, so in case you want to use it on the go and you don't want to be connecting to your phone's hotspot or to a Wi-Fi network wherever you're at, well, you can simply hook up the service and you will have 4G LTE on here, which is really cool. And also, of course, guys, it works with Android Auto as well, and you can do it wirelessly. Now with this vehicle, I told you that we have a little USB cable in here, which is this one, and I simply plugged it in, and I reused it just to make things a little bit better. So when it comes to the finishes right here, you can see how nice it looks all the way around. It is absolutely stunning. And with this one, guys, the reverse camera, we're gonna have to hook up a separate tailgate handle that is made for aftermarket radios, because this particular truck came with its own reverse system, which is right there. And so the owner was trying to tell me if I could reroute this to this, but that's when I told you that I didn't know this was actually a factory reverse camera, and no, we cannot use it with the aftermarket radio. There's no jump wire, there's none of that where we can use it on here. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but again, there's always an opportunity where you can make it work. You just have to buy a separate camera. So on here, guys, we have a lot of settings. As you can see, a lot of it is just for standard Android stuff, as we know already. And so right here, let's see, we have language input, system updates, backup. I'm trying to find where we can find the OS system, and it's actually right here. You can see it right there, guys, Android 13. Let's click on it many times, and indeed it is Android 13. So now we're going to click on back here, and let's go on back. Also, guys, you have a lot of buttons here for like shortcuts that you can go to immediately. You have the home, the navigation, the radio, the music, the phone app, and then you can also go back, which is really cool if you guys ask me. You can literally connect a gaming control, like a Bluetooth gaming control, since it has also Bluetooth 5.0, and you can use it and play video games on here. In this case, guys, due to time issues and, well, the fact that I had to return this vehicle as soon as possible, I cannot show you that, but take my word for it, you can actually play video games, and I'm talking about decent video games, on this radio as well. So besides the settings that I already showed you, we had the one that says car setting, and in car setting, this is where you can customize things like amplifiers, the navigation. You can do customizations that work more with the vehicle, including the factory settings on here. And by the way, guys, the password for this factory setting is 126. And then we have things like car logo, and what this does is that every time your radio starts, you can actually have that logo on here. You know, it's another way of customizing it and making it look more like factory. Also, we have the radio station on here, which is getting a great signal reception. Let's go in it and let's increase the volume. As you can hear, that sounds pretty darn cool. And yes, the CarPlay sound is even better. We know that that's always going to be that way. Let's go here into Google Music. I'm going to play this real quick, just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Alright, that's all I can play, guys. I can't play much just because YouTube considers it a copyright infringement. But yes, you get an idea. This thing really gave it a boost to this vehicle, and as you can tell, guys, it looks amazing. The size is perfect. you can see things a lot clearer, and overall it is simply a awesome system. And like always, if you have any questions, just comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video as well, guys. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you on my next one.